Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rukah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, and peace and salutations to the light Akim on the four corners, pushing the truth and sincerity. Peace be unto you. This is going to be on Ezekiel, I'm going to start with Ezekiel, the 39th chapter, verse 8. And it reads as follows: Behold, it is come, and it is done, saith Yahweh. This is the day whereof I have spoken. Now, Ezekiel, matter of fact, I'll go to it. Ezekiel 12 and 25, it says, For I am Yahweh, I will speak the word that I shall speak, shall come to pass, and it shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, I, rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith Yahweh. So this is that day that he's talking about, the day that's been prolonged, the one he will speak the word and it'll be done. It says, Behold, it is come, and it is done, saith Yahweh. This is the day whereof I have spoken. And they that dwell in the cities of Israel shall go forth, and shall set on fire, and burn the weapons, both the shields and bucklers, the bows and the arrows, and the handstaves and the spears, and they shall burn them with fire 7 years, so that they shall take no wood out of the field, neither cut down any out of the forest. For they shall burn the weapons with fire, and they shall spoil those that spoiled them, and rob those that robbed them. So all these nations had part of the destruction of Israel. All these nations came together and they were confederate against us. So the people that robbed us and spoiled us, those are going to be the same ones that we're going to spoil. And that's that's being a just God. This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 1. A song of Psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. So I was asking God, to, stir up. Verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. Now, the hidden ones were the ones that escaped from Jerusalem during 70 AD, where it says go and flee into the mountains. So they were hid. So now they've taken crafty counsel, which basically they're conspiring together. Verse 3 says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And who is the Lord's people? It's the children of Israel, not all nations. Reading on, it says, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. So they've came together. No other nation did they come together and were confederate with one consent except the nation of Israel. For they are consulted, and mind you, at Israel, they're against the hidden ones. So the hidden ones aren't a threat. They're not a threat to nobody. They just said, we're going to get them regardless. Verse 5 says, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and Hagarenes. So these are the nations that came together with one consent against the nation of Israel. And these are the ones that robbed us, and we're the ones that are going to rob them. Reading verse 6 again, says the tabernacles of Edom, because Esau was the main one, and the Ishmaelites of Moab and Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hopen with the children of Lot, Selah. So these nations came together against Israel with one consent. And just like how they spoiled us, we're going to spoil them. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7, 1 verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Right, because the things that he stole, they're going to be sought up because we're going to get them. You steal from us, we're going to steal back from you. And even if you claim you stole it from another nation, that nation still, this whole world belongs to Israel. So they're going to have to, cough up all those the precious stones, precious things that they had. They got to cough all those up. Verse 7, all the men of thy confederacy, which you read back in Psalms 83 and 6, reading on, have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So you get your Brexit, you get all these other nations. The INF treaty that Russia had with America, both of them said, hey, skip it. We opting out this treaty. So they're basically, coming up against them, Satan's house, going against Satan's house. This is Luke 11 and verse 17. But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and the house divided against a house falleth. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. So Satan is no exception. If Satan going against Satan, adversary, because that's what Satan means, adversary. If two adversaries are striving against each other, they're not going to be able to, and plus if they came together with one consent under one confederacy against one nation, they're not going to be able to, fight, the way they should be. They're going to be fighting against each other. They're going to be divided against themselves. And he's making the point is that the adversaries, Satan is no exception. If you do something bad, something bad happens back to you. Karma is undefeated. There's no exceptions of this thing. Let's start with verse 15. Okay, this is 2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 15. And he said, hearken ye all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat, thus saith Yahweh unto you, be not afraid nor dismayed by the reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours but God's. Tomorrow go ye down against them. Behold, they come up by the cliff of Ziz, and ye shall find them at the end of the brook before the wilderness of Jeruel. So this is beautiful. The Most High sending the prophet to prophesy to the children of Israel to comfort them with words, and tell them what they're going to do. And basically, when he telling them where they're going to be at, and that's a sign that first God is with you, because you seeing, okay, the enemy so far, they're doing exactly what the prophet of God said they're going to do. They're going to meet here at the cliff of Ziz, so they give you some comfort when have foresight of knowing what's going to happen. And that's why you want to be in this role in the scriptures, because what's going to happen in advance, so there's going to be killing, there's going to be murder, there's going to be, Michael the archangel that's going to stand up for the children for the prince of our people. You're going to know that things like this are going to happen. You're going to be freaking out when you don't expect none of this. Verse 16, tomorrow go ye down against them. Behold, they come up by the cliff of Ziz, and ye shall find them at the end of the brook before the wilderness of Jeruel. And ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourselves, stand ye still, and see the salvation of Yahweh, with you, O Judah and Jerusalem. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for Yahweh will be with you. And Jehoshaphat bowed his head with his face to the ground, and all the Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before Yahweh, worshiping Yahweh. And the Levites of the children of Kohites and of the children of Korathites stood up to praise Yahweh, God of Israel, with a loud voice on high. I'm gonna skip down. Matter of fact, no, I'm not gonna skip down. It's not as far as I thought it was. Verse 20, and they rose up early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, Hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in Yahweh, your God, so shall ye be established. Believe his prophets, so ye shall prosper. And when he had consulted with the people, he appointed singers unto Yahweh, and that they should praise the beauty of holiness as they went out before the army, and to say, Praise Yahweh, for his mercy endureth forever. Verse 22, and when they began to sing and praise, Yahweh set ambushments against the children of Ammon, Moab, and Mount Seir, which were come against Judah, and they were smitten. For the children of Ammon and the Moab stood up against the inhabitants of Mount Seir, utterly to slay and destroy them. So they must have thought that it was Esau, that set up those entrapments. They must have thought that Esau, the children, the inhabitants of Mount Seir had set up these ambushments. So they said, they started fighting with Esau. And that makes sense because, that Esau is a wicked nation. That they're backstabbers. So you would naturally suspect that it was Esau that did it. Verse 23, for the children of Ammon and Moab stood up against the inhabitants of Mount Seir early to slay and destroy them. And when they had made an end of the inhabitants of Seir, everyone helped to destroy one another. So even after that, they started killing each other. And when Judah came towards the watchtower of the wilderness, they looked on to the multitude, and behold, they were dead bodies fallen to the earth, and none escaped. So the Most High, that's was adversary versus adversary versus adversary. Satan versus Satan versus Satan. And, they killed themselves trying to come up against the children of Israel, God's chosen people. And God set ambushments for them, and then they end up killing themselves. And, it's a light thing for the Most High to deliver the righteous, destroy the wicked. Use the wicked to kill the wicked. And on that note, I want to say all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders who rule well, and peace and salutations to the light Dakim and Shalom.